Hey, what's up guys, it's Renaldo here. So this video is going to focus just on how blatantly biased News24 is when it comes to actually reporting on important news. Things that are relatively important for South Africa to understand what is happening in this country. Now, it's no secret that News24 has been targeting Afriforum for the longest of time because somehow the editors and even the internal press ombudsman of News24 sees Afriforum as this far right-wing organization that's trying to destroy South Africa. The weirdest obsession that I've ever seen mainstream media have on NGO/NPO. Now, Afriforum has done tremendous work for all communities in this country, but their focus is on Afrikaners. Unashamedly so. Because there are many other organizations in South Africa that News24 doesn't talk about that only focuses on Zulu and Xhosa people. But for some reason, when an organization focuses on Afrikaners, then it is a problem. And you can see this from the various types of reporting that News24 has done over the years, but also in how many times they've had to apologize to Afriforum for blatantly getting it wrong, and in my opinion, on purpose. And ultimately, the only thing they'll have to do is apologize a few weeks later when nobody really knows what they're apologizing for and the damage has already been done. But that is a strategic thing that mainstream media has been doing in this country, where they write the false information. Many people see it and believe it, and then weeks later, the apology comes through the press ombudsman, and then maximum 10% of the people that read the original article would see that and then understand, oh, okay, News24 was wrong in this instance. Now, this obsession has reached the point of absurdity where News24 has written an article that I'm about to share with you now, and then you will be able to see how desperate they have become in trying to make it seem that they are right and Afriforum are the evil ones that they've been talking about for the longest period of time. Now, before I show you this article, please be sure to subscribe to this channel. It's absolutely free. It won't cost you anything, as well as smashing the like button and sharing this video far and wide. All right, let's jump into it. Alright, so the massive breaking story that is so controversial, according to News24, is that Afriforum's BEE payday, empowerment critics invested 3 million through ANC financier. This is what they paid the investigative journalists to deep dive on. And I'm not going to read the entire article, I'll just focus on the following. Afriforum recorded a profit of more than 1.3 million from an investment managed by a broker using Tebe Stockbroking. Tebe Stockbroking was previously 100% owned by Tebe Investment Corporation, one of the oldest BEE companies in the country and a known ANC finance vehicle. Tebe is partly owned by the Bato Bato Trust, the ANC's biggest known donor over the past 4 years. And then if you look at how much they had to write and break stats down and show all of these things, it's like this expose is that they've uncovered corruption. But the only thing, I mean, look at all of these things. Like, this article is just never ending. I don't even want to know how much time was spent on this article. But ultimately, I'll explain what it is about. So News24 thought that it would be a own goal for Afriforum to invest money that their members are giving them to grow that money. Now, if you know anything about South Africa, you know that 99.9% of companies that you use to invest your money has to comply with triple BEE. So their gotcha is that the organization that is fighting triple BEE has invested their money with a company that is complying with triple BEE and apparently donates money to the ANC. So what exactly is the big issue here? I mean, my retirement annuity is with a company that has to comply with triple BEE rules. Like, what is the next hit piece going to be on me? I mean, this is the kinderkak that is currently happening at News24 under Adrian Besson, the editor-in-chief, as well as Pieter de Tooy and, the usual woke leftists for Media 24 and News 24. However, this, essay that they wrote about Afriforum just in essence points to two things. That the company that they use to invest money has to adhere to triple BEE, and this company has donated money to the ANC. Now, please tell me how this has changed your view of Afriforum. Because Afriforum then came out and responded to this and said, well, firstly, if we knew that they were donating money to the ANC, we would not have invested with them. So there's the first one. Secondly, they invested with a broker that worked through this company. So the broker that they worked with, they dealt with this individual. They didn't know this broker was going to approach various different investment companies, and they didn't ask, make sure that these companies aren't triple BE compliant, because most of these investment firms have to adhere, otherwise they can't get a license to trade on the stock exchange. So this gotcha is like the biggest nothing burger by News24 ever, but yet they've spent all of these resources and they've waited for one of the most sought after slots, which is a Sunday morning, to drop this news. And it's literally a nothing burger. But don't worry, because they actually did make it interesting. Kind of ironic, though, that the story have turned against them. And once again, this is just the brilliance that is Afriforum, because they know that they have got the moral high ground. So whenever News24 wants to come and attack them, they can just flip the script and say, well, can you answer these questions? Because remember, what News24 and specifically Media 24 is trying to do here is to say, oh, you are anti-triple BEE and you are anti-ANC, but look, you supported both over here. Well, then, of course, Afriforum did the following to them, which is hilarious. Thanks to Newsday for this brilliant article. And it says, Afriforum CEO Kali Kriel attacks News24 after report about them investing millions with ANC financier. Now, the first part of this focuses just on what I explained, but here is Kali Kriel attacks News24. And this is interesting. Kriel took aim at Media 24, saying that its owner Naspers donated 8 million rand to the ANC. News 24 will not tell you this in the hit piece against Afriforum, he said. News 24 refused to answer Afriforum's questions regarding its parent company's donation of 8 million rand to the ANC between 2021 and 2025. Kriel said these questions were aimed at determining whether News 24 considers it justifiable for its parent company to fund the ANC. This funding, he argued, happened while numerous individuals in the ANC leadership have been implicated in corruption. News 24, one of South Africa's most influential news platforms, is expected to provide impartial coverage of all political entities, including the ANC. Kriel argued that this question was relevant to Afriforum's ability to respond effectively to News 24's inquiries. This is because reference was made to donations by one of the parent company's fellow donors to the ANC, namely Tebe Stockbroking, he said. How can we trust the objectivity of a media outlet when its parent company is financially supporting one of the major political players? Kriel asked. This isn't just a potential conflict of interest, it's a direct challenge to the integrity of the media as a neutral entity. And just like that, a massive own goal by News24, specifically Adrian Besson, Pieter de Tooy, and the usual suspects that always want to attack Afrikanerdom, always want to attack white people, always want to attack right-leaning conservatives in this country, because that is their modus operandi. That is how they function. But the question, of course, that Kali Kriel raises here is very important, and now News24, Media 24, Naspers has got egg on their face. Because how do you, as a company, donate towards a political party when you are supposed to report on this political party? And knowing the history of the ANC in this country and how much money has been stolen and how corrupt the ANC is, why would you donate to them? And this is now the bigger question. So News24 tried to write a hit piece on Afriforum, and subsequently Afriforum has now uncovered that their parent company actually pays the ANC 8 million rand over the last 4 years. Now that's a story, and that is one that News24 probably won't do investigative journalism on, because they are the ones involved in that, their parent company. So will they investigate their parent company and ask them, why did you do this? Of course not. But just once again, News24's attempt to smear Afriforum has spectacularly backfired, in the sense that, oh great, you've shown us stuff that is common sense to all of us, but now actually the question is, why did your parent company donate 8 million rand to the ANC? Now we need answers. So thank you for opening this Pandora's box, but now you have to tell us what exactly is going on, and why are you funding the ANC to the tune of 8 million rand? I think it's time that you take that investigative journalist that spent days on a nothing burger article that is spectacularly blown up in your faces, and perhaps get him to do a story on your parent company as to why somebody that is associated with a media company like News24 as the parent company is donating 8 million rand to the ANC over the last 4 years. Now that is a story that I'd read. Anyway, that's all I've got to say. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please be sure to smash that like button. Share this video far and wide. Don't forget to subscribe. It's absolutely free. It won't cost you anything. However, if you'd like to contribute financially, you can give a super thanks by looking for the $ somewhere below and choosing an amount. Or you can become a member to this channel by clicking the join button below, and it'll be greatly appreciated. And that's all I got to say. Till later. Cheers and peace out.
You don't even know me, but every time you see me, you say, I wear my massacre. You don't even know me, but every time you see me, you say, I wear my massacre. I wear my massacre. You don't even know me, but every time you see me, you say, I wear my massacre. I wear my massacre.